From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 3. Running out of the gun with ETN. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A solid run and maybe then some by ETN. And he's become one of the league's best playmakers over these last couple of seasons, totaling over 1,400 yards from scrimmage in each of the last 2 campaigns.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Now a 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. And his throw is incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. It's Davis. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. They'll bring a tight end in motion. On 2nd down, a run with ETN. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Third and 2, now Lawrence steps away. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Raheem Mostert and the Miami offense. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. Back to the air on 2nd down, Tagovailoa. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Tua now on first down. Open net is Waddle, complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Tua to throw again. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Hines-Allen, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the first down in the process. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. And going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Here is 3rd down and 4. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Got the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So we've reached halftime. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game.
Perhaps that can give a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
He'll air this one out for Kirk. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll have good field position at midfield following the turnover as they start with a first down here. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run right side with Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. From midfield, here's Tua. That's to the new Dolphin. It's Odell Beckham Jr. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Now Tua. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins! Tyreek Hill with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Sanders now to add the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new. It worked there. On play action, Lawrence. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Now Lawrence throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain. Or make people...
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. And that to the 30. It'll be second down. Second down and 6 now. Knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
So now first and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line. On first and 10, it's Etienne. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 3. From the gun, it's Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And Ingram really came into his own a season ago as we saw him surpass 100 catches and nearly 1,000 yards for the first time in his career. He's become a major focal point for this offense, and his explosiveness can really power what they do.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. From the 20, here's second down and 3. Here's Lawrence to throw. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Etienne. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. From the shotgun, Lawrence on the move to his left. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Footing always a concern, but the extra points up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Tua's throw complete there to Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now a give to Mostert running right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Tua. Short throw to Smith. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Forced out to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now 2nd and 5. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he is going to have a Miami first down, and the Dolphins are going to win the football game. And they will take a knee here. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Up the middle they go with Mostert. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
The kick by Sanders is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Just kind of a wing and a prayer there. This ball's kind of up for grabs, but they're at a point where they have to live with that. And fortunately, this one winds up incomplete.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This ball intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Dolphins are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close.
Tonight, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he won't quite make it to the 25. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Well, the numbers for Mostert a week ago, 19 carries, 92 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Here's Tua. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Tua going to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now a guy who played his high school ball at Miami Central, it's James Cook. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 20 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
I guess we got a good idea about what the game plan is for attacking this secondary. No beating around the bush with this crew. His first throw of the game is a deep shot, and it connects. That's a tendency breaker right there because normally you build up to the big shot, but not in this case.
2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball. When you look at this defense, they currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
To the right side and intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me?
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. On play action, Allen got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Cook, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. This defense for the Dolphins, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the unbridled joy after that one.
After one, set deep for Hill. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8. Looking to pass. Tua. And this one's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum.
And it brings up 4th down. No sign of Tua departing. 4th down. They're going for it. Tua on 4th down. Dancing to his left. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Give him credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Tua sets up to pass it. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They hand it off to Mostert. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Dolphins 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.